There's a cool globe right there, isn't that cool? We're right here in downtown Chicago, and the lake's over there. And down here, I was an extra in Let's Go to Prison, that comedy for Universal down here. It's right there where that building is, right there, right in front of that building. I was standing right there, and when we were done with our scenes, we walked, I think, down here, or maybe it was down that street, where the holding area. I think it was over here. We went down there, and I think the holding area was right down there. Or maybe it was, I take that back. I think it was actually down that street there. Anyway, I was in orange prison garb. First we had a business suit on. It shows us walking. And then the director says, okay, cut, or he says, stop or whatever. You know, and we're supposed to stop, and then we turn around, and then we wave at the camera, and we're waving, and I'm going, you know, I got like a briefcase, and I'm in a business suit, and I'm waving. I got a business suit and a tie on. I'm waving, and then all of a sudden you see us, and we're dressed in prison garb. Then suddenly you see me waving. I got like an orange prison garb. We're all dressed in orange shirts. So first it shows us as like business people walking down the street. We turn, we're waving, then all of a sudden we're waving and we got prison garb on. That was Let's Go to Prison by Universal, filmed right there in 2005, right there in front of that building. And I was an extra in it. David Rock Nelson, monster movie maker. I was making movies back then too. I'm still making them. And I'm going to be on Man Cow Tuesday. But yeah. So the Let's Go to Prison was filmed right in front of this building here. And, you know, I got free meals. I think I made like about 60 bucks. Yeah. So, watch me on Man Call this Tuesday from between 6:30 and 8, because I get there around 6:30, you know. By the time I get down there, down in the Windy City, down at the Fox studio, down there on 205, 225 North Michigan, that's where Man Cow show is on, and I'm going to be one of his guests on the show. David Rock Nelson, and become my fiend on Facebook, or I, the Rock Monster, will get you. See, I got my Frankenstein shirt, and Frankenstein's gonna get you. Glenn Strange Frankenstein's gonna come back from the dead and get you. His ghost, the ghost of Frankenstein, even though Lon Chaney played in the Ghost of Frankenstein as the monster. But if you don't feed me on Facebook and become my fiend, David Rock Nelson, I and the Rock Monster and the Frankenstein monster, Glenn Strange, will come and get you. Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Drink good, smoke good. Fire no good. Yeah. Friend good. Yeah, it's Boris Karloff, my favorite movie, The Bride of Frankenstein. The Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah, that's my favorite movie. And watch me on Man Cow Tuesday on UPN Network between 6 to 8 a.m. UPN My 50, David Rock Nelson. I'm one of his guests. He likes to throw me off the show a lot, but that I get paid. I get paid a whole 50 bucks just to do that. So at least I'm getting something. And I got free coffee. Man Cow, weekday mornings from 6 to 8. I'm going to be on Tuesday for about 5-10 minutes. Talk about my monster movies, promote my new movie. Dinosaur Woman, which is coming soon on DVD. And come to the Monster Bash in Mars, Pennsylvania, July 19th to 21st. I'll be there, David Rock Nelson. They can show classic monster movies all weekend long. And I'm going to host one of the movies and become my fiend on Facebook. And see previews of my movies on YouTube and my TV appearances on Man Cow and on WGN and on Jon Stewart's show. The Daily Show is on there 3 times. David Rock Nelson on YouTube. And if you want to see the Jon Stewart clips, search David Rock Nelson on Jon Stewart. Or David Rock Nelson on Daily Show. Or David Rock Nelson on WGN. That way, it'll link you to that. It'll show you the link for that particular episode. I'm on WGN like every year now. Every year since '97, I'm on WGN Morning News on Halloween. I'm their annual Halloween guest. And we're getting near the Lyric Opera House. This is where Michael Flores screened movies for the Psychotronic Film Society. Right there. That is the Opera House. And Flores wanted me to be kind of like a bodyguard when he heard I was a boxer, because they had to fire their projectionist. So Flores wanted me to come down there in case push came to shove. And so I came down there and he gave me a free audio tape. I didn't really get paid. I think he gave me like $5. A free audio tape of anything I was like public domain music that I could use in my movies. Music that wasn't copyrighted. Music that's, you know, so obscure that the people that made it don't care. It's really obscure, like, you know, rockabilly horror music that I was able to use in my monster movie, my earlier one, in the public domain. Here's the Lyric Opera House, where Michael Flores screened movies for the Psychotronic Film Society back in the early 90s. Like around 95, 94, no, this might have been around 92. You know, when he heard I was a boxer, he wanted me to sort of be like a bodyguard, because he had to fire his projectionist, and he says, if push comes to shove, you know, you'll be there to protect me, because I know you're a boxer. So here we go. Yeah, Michael Flores, the man who gave me the name Ed Wood of the 90s in 94, November 94. He told Brian Windorf, who now has the Chicago, what do you call it, the, you know, he has that film fest every year with Jay Bliznick. Chicago Underground Film Society, Chicago Underground Film Fest. Brian Windorf and Jay Bliznick, and he told Brian, this is before he started the Chicago Underground Film Fest. He says, I swear, he's the Ed Wood of the 90s. His movies are off the ceiling, off the wall. He says they don't have any script. He uses friends, and they got monsters in him. He says you're just like Ed Wood. So he started calling me the Ed Wood of the 90s. He told Brian Windorf, he says, I swear, he's the Ed Wood of the 90s. He said this while he was watching my movie, Werewolf vs. Dracula, and Dracula from Space. You know, Dracula has his hand cut off in one of the movies, and you see Dracula's hand crawling away. And he goes, and he said this to Brian Windorf when Dracula's hand is crawling away in one of my movies. He goes, I swear, he's the Ed Wood of the 90s. And then he changed it to the Ed Wood of the 21st century. September 15, 2007, at a world premiere of my movie, Werewolf and the Witch, at the Sonatech nightclub. David Rock Nelson, yeah. And he says, I'm making it official. David Rock Nelson is the Ed Wood of the 21st century. He said that in the Sonatech nightclub. He said that about me. And so I am the Ed Wood of the 21st century, and I'm very proud of it. Because if you're a Spielberg of the 21st century, you got nowhere to go, you know. You've already made it. Because I want him to keep making movies. Guys, Lincoln's a classic. And Jurassic Park, Duel is probably my favorite of his movies, believe it or not. I like Duel, Dennis Weaver. I like when he goes to truck stops, you know, and he's getting away from this psycho truck driver. I also like Jurassic Park, the first one. That was great. That helped inspire me to make my movie Dinosaur Woman, which I started filming shortly after that. It inspired me. I said, I want to make Dinosaur Woman, half dinosaur. You know, with DNA from a dinosaur. Okay, I'll see you, man. I'm talking too much. Yeah. Fiend me on Facebook, David Rock Nelson. Okay, I'll see you.